Good evening, chap. Actually, it's good. It's still the morning. Good start. Well, another on location film in what could be, unless I get my job back, or a job, the last trip in London for a while. And here we are down at the Thames by the Riverside Bridge. No, as the Millennium Bridge is still known as. When the bridge opened in 2000, or 1999 anyway, near Millennium Eve anyway, the bridge was, shall we say, rather worrisome to people crossing it. They had to walk bow-legged and otherwise, because there was a bit of a bounce to it because of its sort of suspension and whatnot. And so they closed it for 2 years. A public inquiry cost about, I don't know what, tens of thousands of pounds, and it was all summarised really by the words, it was wobbly, or some such. So public money well spent. Since 2000, which is already 20 years ago, I can't believe it really, Tate Modern on the other end of the bridge has come into its own as an art gallery in the former Bankside power station. You can't really see it, well you can actually, sorry, just where my finger's aiming gradually towards. It's a new extension that opened I think in 2018. When it did, since then the people living in the flats to the right, my right anyway, said this is an art gallery, you can see into our flats, and they took it all to court. You know, they wanted something done to it, and then the judge said pretty much, what do you expect? No, you're not going to get what you want, because what do you expect? You're living next door to an art gallery. I mean, I don't see, you know, somebody living by, I don't know, Wembley Stadium, say, will get fed up with the noise of the football every so often. Fratton Park in Portsmouth, you know, people live on the approach to the stadium, literally on its doorstep. So, you know, you live somewhere, you've got to be prepared for things. The next bridge over, where you can maybe just see the boat approaching, is Blackfriars Rail Bridge, if I can get my eyes out. It's the only platform rail station over a major city's river in the world. When I was on diversion a few times, because Blackfriars Bridge is behind it, oh man, try getting that sentence out without sounding drunk. You've got the pregnant lady building, there you go. Apparently that's costing millions per room. People call it, it's meant to be the Boomerang building, or one Blackfriars. Some people call it the Kim Kardashian building. As you can see, the Thames is at low tide. And if I drag it over here, you've got the Shard. Again, that's what, 7 years old now already, and if you've got really good eyesight, I don't know if I can zoom in, let's have a look. See all the way out to Tower Bridge and HMS Belfast. Otherwise, I'm still trying to figure out what these bits and pieces in the surf are. The remains of a jetty, probably something to do with a warehouse that used to be here. If you watch certain films, like, I don't know, The Long Memory with John Mills in 1950, and I'm trying to think of others, but I can't off the top of my head. All of this on my left ahead of us to Tower Bridge would be warehouses and stuff backed onto the river, and it would be pretty similar on the south bank, and you don't really get any of that old heritage back. So there you go, old Father Thames. The tide is one of the most treacherous in the entire country. It commands a certain place in people's imagination. Joseph Conrad based Heart of Darkness upon the Thames, and that obviously became Apocalypse Now, but it's the giver of life and the taker of it, unfortunately. The giver in the sense that no Thames, no London here. The Romans came all the way upriver from Kent, and up from Kent, I'd imagine, by land, and based Londinium where I am now. And Londinium was roughly the size of what is now the square mile where I still am, and would extend out to London Bridge itself and down to Blackfriars, along the river anyway. From small acorns grew great trees round here. Now look at it, south of the river is where all the entertainment was. Where the Globe reproduction is now, you'd have theatres, brothels, and animal fighting pits would be over by Suffolk Bridge, the next bridge away to my left there. And as I say, the Thames, you know, commands a dark fascination. and people disappear into the river and either never found or turn up months later. It's awful, but read Peter Ackroyd's Sacred River book, and indeed his book about his London biography and London Under, because he does better justice to it than I could ever hope to. So hopefully you've been able to hear me. It's going to be a loud watch the surf and that. And thanks all for